Hi, hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm sure you can already see by the title, but I thought it would just be fun to kind of have I don't know if we're going to say Roblox video, but just kind of like a chill out video. I saw this kind of makeup routine a while ago. I have purchased some of the products. I'm just going to use what I have or decided to go for other options. But I just thought it'd be fun just to try it out. I really haven't seen barely anybody, at least in like what I follow. I thought it'd be fun to try it out. Some things as well that I thought would be fun is for one, just to see it on me as a human, as a Asian person that is 36. Also, I will say as a trans person. And then also I have started already using some of these products and I do have some thoughts. So that will be fun as well for us to do. So starting off, I'm not sure if it's going to be in the title. We shall see. But this originally is by Shelby Ann. I believe I've only seen her on TikTok. I'm pretty sure, as far as I know, she's a makeup artist. I originally was introduced to this by The Mother Birdie, which if you're not following them, please go follow them right away. I love their content so much. And they kind of did a video actually in a way similar to this. I don't know if it was a video. I think it might have been a TikTok. I'm not sure, but I was really intrigued and just kind of wanted to try it out for myself just to see what I think. Let's go ahead and start. My skin is clean. If anything, it feels a little dry because I don't have any moisturizer on because I did not want to affect that. My hair, sorry, it looks a little weird. I have a leave-in conditioner in my hair right now because, again, this is a little chill-out video. Up first product that she recommends is Thayer's Milky Hydrating Toner. I have actually been loving this. It is very wet, but oh, it does feel so... It feels really nice on the skin. If you have not used this, as far as I remember, I do think it is reasonably affordable. I really have been enjoying it. Now, to give, when I said thoughts, this is one of the ones that I really have some thoughts on. So, as a human that shaves, my hair's fallen. As a human that shaves my face, I originally had used this as a kind of post-shave balm situation, and I will say caused irritation. I'm not 100% sure if it was only from this product, but it did kind of sting a little bit, and I did have some ingrown hairs the day after. Granted, I did use this. I will show you the next product, and then I used like a pretty thick moisturizer, so it could have been all of those. Normally, I will just use the Nivea post-shave balm just to calm it down, give it like an hour or so before I put on the rest of my skincare product. Next step is going to be, she does the e.l.f. thirst traps. If you do not know the controversy with e.l.f., basically they did an ad with, I forget, a comedian. I'm blanking on his name, but he is not a great person, so we are not supporting e.l.f. As far as I know, they've done nothing to fix the situation. Speaking of which, so this is my first product from Bubble. Sorry, it's probably hard to see. It is the Water Slide. It is just like a hydrating, boosting serum. Very similar to the Thirst Drops. So I will just use a couple pumps of that. Honestly, I don't know how much you're supposed to use. When I did read the instructions with this, you are able to like add it to other products, which is cool, or use it alone. I personally haven't found any like flaws with it. I think it feels nice on the skin. I really do like the idea of using a couple of different hydrating products, especially some that are kind of lightweight like this, because I have used, I don't have it currently with me, but I have used this moisturizer in the past that was like a gel type moisturizer, and though I really loved it because it was super lightweight, my skin felt really dry afterwards, and I felt the need to wear like multiple layers, so I kind of like this idea of having multiple layers of hydration, especially as we are getting towards the more summer, hot, humid type weather. So moving on, so that is all pressed into my skin. I feel really nice and hydrated, slightly tacky, which is super nice and just a great base for makeup. But we have one last layer to do, which is going to be sunscreen. So she also used from e.l.f., which is the Wow Glow sunscreen. As just mentioned, I do not support e.l.f., so I did not use that. I actually have a Korean sunscreen. So this is the Purito sunscreen. I'm not sure if we're currently able to get this here in the US. I thankfully still have a good backup, but if you are able to, I really recommend this one. I have been using it, honestly, for like over a year now. I think it just sits really nice. I like that there's not really a white cast. Now, granted, I am white, so I can't say for sure, but I have definitely heard that it is really helpful to not have white cast. It doesn't have a lot of I believe it doesn't have, I forget what it is, but it's something that we here in the States love to use because we're very stuck in our ways, I will say, or the FDA or whoever is, with having the filters that are very whitening, I think, and just don't work for other skin tones. But this and a lot of, I believe, other like Korean brands do not have that. I mean, to be completely fair, when I have watched other skincare channels, it's like the US, we were just like super behind in the skincare world with using ingredients that like we just don't need to use. So yeah, I do really like this one. I will be purchasing it again in the future, but thankfully I have a lot. And honestly, when I was able to get it, it was like 12 bucks. I think I bought it on Salvana, I think. So like, if you can, I totally would. In the future, I will be buying. I will say though, if you find like I don't know if they've created a US version. I know one of the brands, I'm blanking, did create a US version, and as far as I know, I think that this has to do with, again, the US's regulations, so I personally wouldn't go for that one, but you do you. But yeah, I just kind of want to throw that out there. I love this one. I feel like it just, again, it's nice and hydrating. It feels really good on the skin. It's not too much. If you do feel like it is sometimes a little bit too dewy, even in summer, usually I will apply it in the morning. Like how I kind of do my skincare is I'll kind of get up in the morning, do my skincare, go drink some coffee, wait about 10-15 minutes, and then I'll do my makeup. And usually by then it will absorb really nicely into the skin. I would just say that's a great one if you're noticing that it's too dewy, right? It's too dewy. Now, for the sake of this, she doesn't show that at all. Shelby Ann did not show that at all with the routine, so we are not going to be doing that. But just if you do try this or maybe other sunscreens, it's a recommendation just to try. I can't promise it'll work, but at least for me, like I said, during the more summer months when I feel really gross, I will wait a little bit and then do the rest of my skincare or whatever, my makeup routine. Moving on to our next step. So we're just going to be using L'Oreal True Match Foundation. I struggled so hard to actually find a shade, and I'm still hoping this is my shade. I could not actually find a shade that I wanted. She applies it with the brush, so I'm going to be doing the exact same. So I am in the shade, or I grabbed the shade N1. I originally grabbed the shade C2.5, which is way too freaking dark. Shelby Ann herself, I believe, uses that shade, and she's a lot more tan than I am, so I was a little shocked, though, because I tend to find that if I grab a shade that's way too light, that it doesn't look good on my skin, but I hope this one does look good. I wish that I would have been able to find one under the cool range, which is supposed to be if you have pink in your skin, which, if you cannot tell, redness over here, I think would have suited me better. Alas, I did not have C1 available, so I did settle for this one, and I do think it looks decent on the skin. So I went ahead and actually applied it to the rest of my face to speed along. I hope that were like a decent match. I don't know. I feel like my chest tends to be a bit more like paler than like my face looks. At least what I can see like in a mirror, I think we are good. I will say I appreciate that this does definitely give coverage. Now ignore, I didn't do my neck because, to be completely fair, it is my day off and I'm just gonna probably wash this off afterwards. I know, judge me. I will though be doing my best to include some sort of an update towards the end of the video. I am gonna wear this all day tomorrow at work and just see like how we feel after a day of work. One thing I did mess up on this side is that I did actually put I put foundation under my eye and you're not supposed to. So on this side I did leave it blank. So the concealer that she uses I also have, which is the L'Oreal Infallible. I actually now have 2 shades. I wanted to get one that's a bit more like skin tone so I can do like some spots. I feel like okay, and again I do feel like the coverage of this is really nice. One thing I am nervous about is that she does not set like areas that I would normally set. She will set under the eyes, will set like our blush and stuff, but we're like not gonna set like our nose and stuff like that, which I'm like, what? Oh, and then one thing I also wanted to point out is I usually have an issue with makeup sitting well on my nose. So far, it looks okay. I have been tempted in the future, and maybe we'll do another video playing with it. Robert Welsh had mentioned using like a primer, like I think he did a MAC paint pot, a little bit on the nose to help product to sit there better. If this slides around, I definitely will probably be picking up MAC paint pot. It sucks because they're a bit pricier, but as we're getting into summer, I really kind of want to have like a nice pulled together look where I just, hopefully you can relate to this. Even if I feel disgusting, if I look in the mirror and still feel like I look put together, then I'm like a lot better versus like, even if I don't feel disgusting, but I look disheveled and whatever, like it just, I don't feel my best. So yeah. Anyways, okay, so we're going to use the lighter of the two. I'm just using shade 325. This is the lightest one I could find. She did pretty bright for her under eyes. I don't necessarily feel like I need to do that. She did a way that I've actually learned from Robert Welsh. A little in the inner corner, a little on the outside edge. And then she uses a sponge to press it out. One thing that she did that I just realized that I have to get better at is she will just kind of pat just where she applies it. So next up, we're going to do cream bronzer. I do not have a cream bronzer. She uses one from Milani. I'm just going to use, I have this Danessa Myricks. I think it's honestly kind of old. It's like a cream contour bronzer product. To be honest, she applies this in the same areas that I feel like you would normally apply a contour. So I'm just going to apply a little bit as a bronzer. I do feel like this does have some warmth to it. So she just did cheeks, and then she did all around the perimeter of her forehead, which is pretty common. And then taking our sponge, we're just going to use that to blend it out. I do kind of like this idea because you're not applying like too much, so it doesn't look like you just have like a layer of product on your skin. It's just kind of a little bit. As a person who struggles with like contouring or whatever, or even bronzing at times, I like the ease of this. All right, and then we're going to go ahead and move on to blush. She had talked about two. One, she talked about She Glam. Do not support them at all. I'm not doing that. Or she also did L'Oreal one. Again, I'm not going to do that. I have actually quite a lot of liquid blushes. I'm trying to think of which one I want to use, liquid or cream. I'm thinking of using this like pinky blush, similar to what she used from Moonslice Beauty. But another one that is drugstore that I also love, and this is just kind of one of my staples. I've mentioned this several times on my channel, and I think we might use this as our powder blush. It is the Revolution Beauty Icon Blush, like a trio, and it's a cream, a powder, and then like a highlighter shade, and I like that it has a little cover for your cream. We're gonna go ahead and apply that with a brush as well. Couple dots, and then with the brush, just stamp it in. And then I think she might, okay, yeah, so we're applying with brush, and then we're going to blend out with our sponge. I mean, so far I'm feeling really healthy. And honestly, like, the foundation is laying really nice on my skin. I'm going to be very curious to work a long shift and just see how it looks at the end of the day, especially because, like I said, we're not setting at all. Oh, it's going to be so hard. I usually touch up during lunch, but I'm going to try my hardest not to. Okay, so next we're going to go ahead and take a setting powder. So she uses the L'Oreal Blurfaction. I'm going to again use something I already have. This is the ZC powder. Mine is in the shade 1 or 02 translucent, I think. This is like a Korean brand, I believe. So unfortunately I can't read it, but like the packaging of this, hello, seriously, so nice. So you got that. Comes with a puff, which is great because she wants us to have one. And then I love that it has, like, you can't see, but it has, like, this cute lid that you pull off, and then it has, like, the netting. Sorry, I know I'm just, like, overdoing it, but whatever. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and dip in. Now, it's interesting that she doesn't say to make sure that your under eyes are, like, blended out. She literally just says, like, apply it. She does some of the powder off onto the, back into the compact, and then some onto the palm of the hand just to even it out, which is good so you're not applying too much. And then we're just going to go in. And she only sets where you apply concealer. I think it's good though, nice and matte. And it is a good base, I think, for like eyeshadow. It's gonna be so hard for me not to want to set my nose. but we're gonna do it. We're not going to. Forgot to say that the next step is to do your brows. So as you see, brows are done. I did use a little bit of concealer to carve them out. So following her steps, I did set the underbrow area with a little bit of concealer just to keep us uniform. And then next step we're going to do is basically set our cream products or whatever. So our contour and our blush, but that is it. So for my bronzer, the only thing that I have, and mine is like so kind of old, is I have the Melt Stack that had came out like, I don't know, a trillion years ago. This one does have a bronzer. This is the only powdered bronzer contour product that I have, but I'm going to use the bronzer because she talked about using a bronzer. Let's see what I have as in terms of brushes. I kind of want to use something like fluffer because I don't want to go like too much. I'm going to go with a big fluff brush. You know, I need to try like a legit bronzer one day. I think that once I use up my one from Danessa Myricks, I might try out the Milani because just like, I mean, hello drugstore. And I actually do really like some Milani products. I feel like it's adding warmth, but it's not too much. And I think that using a big fluffy brush such as this was the move. So again, we're setting, but it's still keeping everything like blended, if that makes sense. I think we look good. Can you imagine? I like watch back and I look like hideous. I wanted to use bronzer just because again, I wanted to bring that warmth. I know I feel like we're all about warmth and looking alive and not looking, you know, not alive. I don't know. Okay. So for my blush, I am going to use the Revolution one. This is like one of my only products, I hope you can see, that has pan in it. Like, that look-y kind of makes me happy. I'm going to use another fluffy brush. I actually really do like this blush. I use it all of the time. My shade, I don't know if I said, Icon Blush Aura Point Rose. I think that's what it's called. I'm not sure. But I had bought this, I think, like, gosh, what, 2 years ago, maybe? And I have no regrets. I literally wear it all the time. I hope I just didn't apply too much. I might have. I think I did. Might have to buff that out a little bit. I don't want to, like, mess up the system, so I'm just going to use the brush that we use for our bronzer. I think that's okay, hopefully. I feel like everything just looks light, and I like that. Like, lightweight, but glowy. Like, my skin actually feels really nice. And I hope everything stays nice. We'll just have to see, I guess. Okay, so after that is done, next step. Oh, we're like almost done. Can you believe that? That's actually crazy. Okay, so I did purchase the Infallible setting spray. I'm like terrified. I literally would have thought there was like something, but let's just... Oh, I guess you just go. Okay. Ooh, it smells nice. Okay, seriously, if you have not used this before, it literally does feel like hairspray, to be honest. It's not, like, so horrible. The smell is very floral, and I will say, my blush is blushing. I really can see it. Oh my gosh, I probably put on way too much. Sorry, I will try to not do as much next time, but setting spray is applied. Yeah, the scent they use for it is... interesting. It kind of reminds me, if anybody's used, it's not exactly the same, but it's like similar to, you know, those like hairsprays that have color in them, like you can find it at like Spirit Halloween and stuff. It's like that. I think it's like that kind of scent. But how does the skin feel? It feels okay. It doesn't feel like bad. I'm pretty sure there is alcohol in this, so if you have any like if you just shaved or something, it might sting a little bit. I did have like, I didn't just shave, but I had like a little area that stung, but I think we are okay. Next, let's go ahead and do highlighter. I'm thinking of, I don't know if I want to use this. Let's see. Here, we're going to feature this one. This is another ZC highlighter or ZC product. I just love the shape. I think it's so cool. It looks like Saturn kind of. I love this highlight though. It's like super like subtle, and I like that. It's very kind of like everyday. My highlighters tend to be really strong. The one in the Revolution thing as well is also really, really pretty, and it complements that blush shade super well. I don't know if you can see, but I do wear this one also a lot. What I love is it just gives that glow, like glow from within. And I also love, because it is, I believe, baked, you don't have to worry about using too much. I'm going to do a little on the brow bone. Why not? She did some on the nose. I think this would definitely be the type of product, though, that she would probably like, because it's glowy, but it's not too much, because it doesn't seem like she does a overwhelmingly glowy product. She just does like a light glowy product. I'm going to do my lips real quick, and then we'll be back to talk about our finished thoughts. The blush is killing me. I'm a little... Oof. Just for today, because I know we are going to come back and show, I'm just going to take our foundation brush. I just feel like it looks too strong, like just here. I don't know. Whatever. Okay, let me do my lips. I'll be right back. Alright, so here is the completed for right now. And I like it. I feel like I look really good. I should just put a little eyeshadow on because I can't help myself. But I feel glowy. I'm nervous and I kind of can't wait to see how we look at the end of the day tomorrow. Just because I'm shiny like her on my nose. I'm not used to being like shiny like this. I'm just gonna be very curious to see how it looks. Do I feel of the trend? Sure. I feel like glowy and healthy in a way, and I really like it. I enjoy using a foundation that has been around like for so long. So far, I'm really liking it. But let me go ahead, roll on in to tomorrow's kind of view. Right, here is our check-in the following day. So I did apply this, finished applying my makeup around 6 a.m. this morning. It is now, I think, 4:30 in the afternoon, and this is what we're looking like. I mean, hopefully you are able to see. Sorry, let me kind of... Hopefully you are able to see how everything looks. Let me grab a mirror so I can fully see. I think I actually look decent. It's weird how I don't feel so horrible feeling kind of shiny. I feel like it's not as noticeable on camera. This morning I did feel extremely shiny. After applying this morning, it's weird. I feel like yesterday I did not look as shiny after I applied this everywhere. Today I felt hella shiny. I will only say I did reapply powder just under the eye area. That is the only different thing I added. I did not do any touch-ups or anything today, which is actually weird for me. And I feel like we actually look decent. I did wear my sunglasses on the way home from work, and honestly, really not bad at all. I think the only small thing that I will say that I did notice, which is just, I guess, a preference thing, is for me as, like, I do my colorful eyeshadow, setting it with a matte, or setting it with a powder underneath the eyes, though it did lock in, which is great. Applying shadow on top of that is kind of difficult. I was able to do it better on this side, but when I did it on this side, it's still there, but, like, it was a bit of, like, a struggle. So I don't fully know if I'll do it again. I feel like normally I must set my under eyes, I guess, in a way with eyeshadow, so I do feel like I'll use a little bit. But all in all, though, I actually really do like it. At work today, I was a little busy, got a little hot, and the fact that it held up really well is really incredible. I'm assuming a big part of it was the setting spray, which is super nice. I actually really do like this, but I really honestly think it might really just be a lot of the products. I think hydrating really worked, even though I tend to just not do it. I think that I really need to, I don't know, I'm happy I tried this out. I feel like I'm like talking so much. This video is gonna be like 1,000 years long. I'm really sorry. If anybody's even at this point watching this, I guess we'll find out. I think I'm just learning that I need to, hydration is really key, even when it is kind of warm, because this is not coming off my face as I would have expected it to. So yeah, really excited with that. I feel good. I don't feel overly gross, greasy, anything. I also don't look cakey, I don't think, which is great, because sometimes wearing my more matte foundations will make me look cakey. Again, probably because I just need to wear more pseudo-hydrating, I feel, products. I don't think I can go full dewy. Dewy just makes me feel gross. We'll see. We'll see. This is going to be the end of today's video. Please let me know what you think. Are you going to try this? Have you tried this? Do you have any, like, ideas or things that I could either change or whatever? I mean, I'm pretty happy with this whole look, and I'm really happy that I tried it out, and I'm excited to continue doing this until I find something else that I maybe want to try. We shall see. Alright, I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Please subscribe if you did enjoy this content, and give me a like. I really, really do appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one. Okay, bye!